Yoga 30 crew. Welcome back. Today our flow is just really foundational, really functional. I'm feeling really just relaxed and wanting to be more receptive, and so that's kind of where this movement came from today. So let's start in a tabletop shape, and it's really just sweet how much, depending on how you feel, just really helps guide how you move. So let's just open up with a few cat-cows. So drop your belly, inhale, gaze forward. And as you exhale, move from the belly, round into the spine. Tuck in your tailbone, push the earth away. Take an in-breath, gaze up. Take an out-breath, push away, and then just reclude into your own space. Let's take about 3 more with your own breath. As you inhale, drop your belly, even squeeze your shoulder blades back. Just find some softening as you push into the base of your palms. Good, and just take one more inhale, gaze forward, squeeze your shoulder blades back, so don't let anything underneath your armpits. Exhale, round, let it go. Coming back to that neutral tabletop, if you need any more wrist openers or just anything else to kind of get you ready to be on your hands for a little bit, we're going to extend that right leg back, rotating through the inner thigh to keep that right hip down. And then just keeping a soft bend in your right elbow. We're going to hold a bird dog here for about 5 breaths. So inhale as you lengthen through your spine, pointing through your toes. Exhale as you push into your palms. Finding length in the left and the right side body. Even tucking your chin. Encouraging that left bicep by your ear. Point your toes. Take one more inhale. And on your exhale, drop your left hand, drop your right knee. Take a moment, and then inhale, reach that left leg back behind you. Perhaps start to extend your right arm, really reach through the right fingertips. Find some space in the right side of your hip. Gaining length on the left and the right side body. Your fingers and your toes want to go in complete opposite directions, but they're only able to do that with the engagement from what connects them. Take 2 more breaths. Good, big long inhale. And on your exhale, bring your right hand down, bring your left knee back, maybe wiggle the hip side to side. So just continuing to build that inner heat. Extend your right leg back. Maybe extend your left leg or left arm out. Now if that ever just becomes too much, just return the left palm down, take a big breath in. And on your exhale, crunch your right knee to your right elbow, so external crunch. And on your inhale, reach your leg, maybe your arm out. If your arm is extended, crunch your knee and then squeeze your left elbow back towards you. Inhale, reach all the way forward. Exhale, crunch, maybe get that knee a little bit closer. Point your toes, take 2 more. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, crunch and squeeze. Last one. Exhale. Beautiful. Drop your hand, drop your knee. Maybe open up through that right shoulder. Take a big circle before you extend that left arm or left leg all the way back. Maybe for the first one, keep your right hand down. Take a big inhale, and on your exhale, crunch your left knee to your left elbow. Hold it in. Inhale, extend, maybe add in the arm. Exhale, squeeze that right arm back. Try to touch your elbow with your knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Give yourself some powerful breaths. Baby bend in that left elbow. Good, give yourself 1 more inhale. Exhale. Gently drop your hand, your knee, just kind of wiggle that out. And then coming back onto that right leg, extend it out, flex your foot, and then bring your foot all the way up to the side. If you need a pillow for that knee, good time to have it, because we're going to bend into the right hip, into the right knee. Maybe you even take some circles, walking all the way to the top of your mat to the side. Really lingering anywhere, just kind of explore some space. Like you just got to your camping spot and you're just kind of getting to know the perimeters. Touch upon all the things. And then find somewhere that you just want to hang out. Bring those hands right underneath the shoulders so that you can depress the chest between them. Now when I'm here, I really like to squeeze the legs together so you're dragging that right heel towards your left knee. You're holding this in isometrically, and then on your exhale, you just kind of soften. Maybe you find a little bit more space. So on your inhale, squeeze those legs together if it feels good to you. And on your exhale, soften between that. Going to your range, your comfort. Maybe take one more big breath in. Exhale, release that squeeze. If you feel satisfied with that stretch, push into your right heel, so gaining that leg to straight, walking all the way up into gate pose. So extend the arms out wide, and then reach your right arm towards your right knee, extend your left arm all the way up to the sky, push those left hip forward, squeeze your glutes, and maybe just smile. Good, on your inhale, reach that right arm all the way up. And then trying to reach with a flat back, so push your hips back, reach to the top of your mat. Once your hands touch, push into them so you can lift your right leg and try to keep your right leg lifted. As you bend your elbows, try to touch your chin. If it does, push all the way back away. Keep pointing in your toes, shift the shoulders over the wrists, push away. Take about 3 more push-ups with that right leg extended. Maybe you just go down an inch, squeezing the elbows in. Take 1 more. Good, now tuck the toes. Maybe use the right toes to lift up the left knee, and then you're gonna extend that right leg all the way up to the sky. Give yourself 3 breaths here to lengthen through that whole right leg to settle into that left heel. And 1 more in breath. And on your exhale, drop your right foot down. Walk out your downward dog, let your head go. Begin to shift forward into a plank, and then drop the knees, come into a tabletop, walk your hands back, extend that left leg all the way out, trying to pull your lower belly in, and then flex your foot, point the toes back to the mat, send your left leg out to the side, bend into your knee, maybe take some circles, tiptoe around your perimeter, and just really get into that left hip. Good, and then once you kind of get to know the surroundings, you might find somewhere that feels really good to you. So staying there with those hands underneath the shoulders. Again, if you want to inhale, squeeze the heel and the knee together so you're activating through the inner thigh. And then on your exhale, you just kind of soften, your heart melts a little more. Big inhale. Bigger exhale. Melting the shoulder blades onto the back. Give yourself 1 more squeeze. Good, and then just take a couple breaths to just settle into that space. Notice what's happening in your low back and your mid back, your upper back. Begin to walk your hands over to the middle as you push into your left heel. Inhale the arms all the way up to gate pose. And then begin to reach that left arm all the way down to the left knee. Extend through the right side body, even pushing your hips forward. To your own capacity, take a few breaths. Beautiful. As you inhale, reach that left arm all the way to the sky to receive, to be open. Extend the fingertips to the top of the mat once they are in touch. Push into them, lift your left leg back behind you, bend your elbows, try to touch your chin. Inhale, push it back up. Exhale, tap your chin. Inhale. Just give yourself about 3 more. Maybe we're only bending the elbows a couple inches just to gain that stability. Okay, last one. Bring your left toes to the mat, lift up your right knee, and then send your left leg all the way to the sky. Give yourself 3 breaths and a 3-legged downward dog. And just if you've been here several times in your life, use this to really modify and gain length and strength through that left side body. Always exploring something new. taking the pressure off the shoulders and the wrists. Maybe roll them out. Just give yourself one more breath in the child's pose. Pushing into the palms, lifting your elbows, then lifting your hips, touching the toes, dropping your hips, lifting up the back. You're going to inhale, lift that left leg high, so where you just went. And then exhale, crunch your left knee to your left elbow. It doesn't matter how far it comes. Maybe you touch it. Maybe you go halfway. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, crunch it back to your left elbow. So shift your shoulders over the wrist. Inhale, lifting back up to three-legged dog. Exhale, last crunch. Send your left leg all the way up to the sky. Maybe squeeze your heel to the glute. Open up your knee. Push into your left palm. And then square off your hip. Drop your left leg down. Bend into your right knee. Send your left heel to the ground. Good. And then with that energy in the left heel, lift your right leg all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, bend your knee, crunch your knee to your elbow. On your inhale, find a three-legged dog. And as you exhale, move slowly. Crunch your knee, your elbow, shift your shoulders over your hands. Inhale, bend your knee, open your hip, drop that left heel, push into your right palm. Grab your hips, bring your right toes down, bend into your left knee, and send your right heel down to the mat. Slowly shift into a high plank pose, just so you can bend the knees. And then on your inhale, extend your right leg all the way back. On your exhale, push into your palms. Find a little bit more strength and length to lift up through that left arm. Good, so holding your bird dog, going right back where we were. Maybe bring the left hand down or crunch it out to the side like a goal post. Left and her right knee finds the right elbow. Inhale, extend out to your bird dog. Exhale, crunch your right knee to your right elbow. Let's take one more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, try to crunch a little bit closer. Extend that right leg. Left hand comes down. Bend your elbows, touch your chin. Inhale, push it back up. Exhale, try to touch your chin. Good, so really depending on those fingertips, gripping into the mat, squeezing your elbows back. This time, tuck those left toes, maybe push into your right leg, so lift up through that three-legged dog. On your exhale, crunch your knee to your elbow. On your inhale, three-legged dog. And on your exhale, crunch your knee to your elbow. Take one more just like that. Big inhale, big stretch. Try to touch that elbow with the knee, and then eventually just find that downward facing dog. Shift forward into a plank, drop the knees, walk the hands back, and on your inhale, extend that left leg back behind you. So really feeling solid in those hips. Maybe extend that right arm out, bicep by the ear. Take an in-breath, and on your exhale, crunch your knee to your elbow. Squeeze your right elbow back. Inhale, extend and lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Take this last one, squeeze it in. Extend everything out. Bring your right hand down. Try to touch your chin. Squeeze your elbows. Inhale. Take two more. Breathing through the power. Breathing through the transitions. Staying completely present. Drop your left toes. Tuck your right toes. Lift your right knee. And then 3 crunches in your downward dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach, last one. Exhale, crunch. Find your 3-legged dog. Drop that left foot. Send your body into a plank. Drop your knees, child's pose. Take 3 breaths to settle, to melt, to wiggle side to side. Perhaps bring the elbows right next to the head. Connect the palms and then walk your elbows in even a little bit closer so that when you push into your palms, you feel a softening between your shoulder blades. So resting the forehead onto the mat, begin to push into your palms and then feel your elbows resisting against that stretch. Try to relax into it as you soften through the back of your neck. As you breathe into your upper back, and as you make space for something new. Staying there as long as you need to, as long as you feel called to stay in that shape. Eventually placing the palms down, wiggling side to side. Walking your hands back out of your child's pose. And we're just gonna roll all the way up. So tuck your toes, bring your fingers back, bend your knees, really connect your belly onto your thighs. And then just open up maybe however you want to. So walk to the middle of your mat. We're gonna do that 3 more times. They're called circle chairs and they're super awesome. So on your exhale, just bend your knees, melt your belly onto your thighs, let your arms go. And on your inhale, you're gonna slowly roll your body up, keeping your tailbone tucked, and just kind of organically move into a nice opening. As you exhale, bend the knees generously. Maybe shift side to side. Just kind of check in with you. Take one more circle chair, or however many you need or want. Then we're going to turn our bodies towards the length side of the mat, pointing the toes in straight forward. You can bring your hands on your hips. You can stay here the whole time, but we're just going to start to shift the weight into the left and into the right foot. Bending the knees, making sure that the knees are pointing straight forward. Bending the hips, just be good. You really want to think about the outsides of your feet. Bring your hands to your heart. Maybe you stay here. Or maybe you start to reach for the opposite leg towards the knee that is bending, and then the opposite arm reaches all the way up into a windmill lunge. So imagine that you're trying to hand something off to the opposite hand so you can put it down. Sowing seeds, planting them, alternating side to side. Yeah, so you're really wanting that big reach. Think about the arms and the torso, less than the legs. Keep that exchange, transfer happening. Take that 2 more on each side. Squeeze the outsides of the feet. And then just bend into your left knee. Bring your hands back to your heart, and we're just going to pulse 10 seconds. So down an inch and up an inch. Pointing that knee straight out. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Start to pulse. You're still connecting into that straight leg. You're lifting in your heart, your torso. Good, and then inhale, straighten the legs. Bring the heels in closer so the toes are pointing out. Bend the knees out, big external crunch, big receptivity. And then open up your arms, try to squeeze your elbows in. And again, to start to shift side to side. Modified goddess, be the goddess that you are. As you lift up through your chest, imagine that you're ready to receive something. And then maybe you just slow down that shift. Maybe you grip up the toes, you just kind of play with it here. Maybe you hang out somewhere that just feels really good and stable. And let's all do that. Let's take 3 breaths somewhere where we've chosen to be. Let's just be there. Close the eyes for balance. Slow down the exhale for endurance. Leaning the upper body back. 1 more inhale. Hands to heart, push into the legs, straighten on the exhale. We're going to turn our bodies to the front of our mat. And then step your foot so it's like 3/4 of the way. 2 toes are pointed forward. Bring that left hip back and begin to hinge at your hips into your pyramid pose. So if you want to stay with a flat back, it can be awesome. Push into the back heel. Get length through both sides of the body. If you want more, extend your arms. Squeeze your heels back towards the back of your mat. Melt your heart between your biceps. push into that back heel as much as you can. And then when you're ready, just begin to fold. Feel free to bend into that left knee if that feels better for you. Oops, sorry about that. And we're going to give ourselves about 3 to 5 more breaths here. Still enticing energy through that right heel. And still relaxing through the shoulders. Allow your chin to tuck as much as you can. All right, when it's your time, walk your hands all the way over to the front, to the right, so you're back in your wide-legged folds. On your inhale, extend your arms out like airplane wings, come to a flat back. And on your exhale, fold, let it go. Start to walk your hands all the way over to the opposite side. Bump your feet where you need them, 2 separate lanes, and then just pull your body up. All right, we're gonna squeeze those hips. We're gonna start to hinge all the way back down. Keeping a nice flat back here, so encouraging that right hip back, your left hip forward, lots of length through your whole spine. If you want more, extend the arms out. Really helps to push into that back heel, to extend through these ribs, to pull your lower ribs in, and to find your posture right here. Yeah, good. If it's challenging, you're doing it right. Take one more breath, and then just begin to fold. Feel free to bend into that left, that whatever front knee is forward for you. And we're going to give ourselves about 5 breaths here so you can really get into it. Maybe that front leg wants to begin to work towards straight for the last 2 breaths. Maybe it's happy where it is. Only you can decide. When it's your time, start to walk your body to that wide-legged fold. Taking one more moment to kind of feel somber and connected. Maybe holding on to opposite elbows. Find that gravity. Just kind of provide the stretch for you. If you've got your elbows, feel free to drop your palms so you feel your hands connecting into the surface that supports you. Start to take pressure off of your heels, lean forward, start to heel toe the feet all the way back. So really accentuate lifting up through the heels, lifting up through the toes, until you connect the big toes together. Bend your knees, sweep the floor, inhale, stand it up. Exhale, let your arms go. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm excited. Have a beautiful day.